Kirk on the Republican side have been the stalwart colleagues and supporters of myself and Senator Klobuchar and Senator Coons on our side, as well as many other Democratic senators in trying to pull together the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act. Now, we are in a rather inhospitable legislative environment these days, and there's a pretty strong tide that says Congress shouldn't do anything and certainly should do no big things. So in order to press against that tide, we have been building consensus around this bill and showing our colleagues that we are serious and that people from their home states are serious. And so these 4 sessions that we have been extraordinarily important at taking this piece of legislation and moving it into a slightly different category than other bills that are floating around that are somebody's pet idea or some interest group's pet idea. People have really seen how you all have come out. People have come over and over again from across the country to participate in this, and it is building really, really terrific momentum. We are down to awaiting a Republican co-sponsor who sits in the Judiciary Committee. We're close enough that we've had people say, yes, I will do it. But in the Senate, and probably in the House as well, Congressman, the difference between a senator or a congressman saying, yes, I will do it, and having their staff say, yeah, that's okay, it's 2 separate steps, but it's a good step. So we're making a lot of progress. And the progress that is being made isn't just limited to the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act. We're working on bipartisan legislation on criminal sentencing and criminal justice reform in the Judiciary Committee. It has a big component on facilitating people in their reentry from prison to society, make sure that they get the support for addiction recovery that they need, and they get credit for taking that step along the way. The Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act I'm doing with Chairman Grassley, that is going to, again, focus on this issue and make sure that we're protecting kids in that respect. Everywhere we go, we see shifts in attitude. It's no longer, if you broke the law, lock them up, throw away the key. There's a whole new understanding about the role of addiction and recovery. And most importantly, I think, there's a whole new appreciation of what addiction is and what recovery is. Addiction is not a sin and a stigma. It is an illness. And recovery is not an occasion for shame, for going off into some quiet, dark spot to make yourself less of a bad person. It's a march of courage. It's an expression of humanity. It is something that we all should be proud of. It is a hard path to walk. And those that walk it deserve our respect, and people understand that. So I am thrilled to have a chance to share a little bit of time this morning with all of you. I understand that Senator Klobuchar will be joining you as well, that Senator Portman will be joining you as well, and you can hear that terrific intro for him a second time. That Senator Ayotte will be joining you as well. You have a really good bipartisan turnout, and we're going to work very hard to get this bill passed. Somebody just said to me, you know, I think actually, Alan, it was you, said, you know, this is a beautiful piece of legislation. Legislation isn't beautiful. We never hear that. We never hear that. So it brightens my whole day that we could even be talking or thinking in those terms. Before I go, I want to say a particular thank you and a particular recognition to a really dear friend of mine, a Rhode Islander who has been one of our great leaders in addiction recovery, from whom I have learned an immense amount, and who the Obama administration was clever enough to steal away from his job as the chief of staff to the Senate Majority Leader in Rhode Island and bring him down to work at SAMHSA. And that's my friend Tom Kader. So Tom, thank you very much. Thank you all for what you're doing. We will find a way to get this done and soon. Alan, back to you, pal.